Hey, it's me, Verm. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play for the channel. Before I get started, I know I'm doing quite a few at the time. We've got Oblivion, which is more of a side thing, really. And we're obviously doing Days Gone and Bug at the moment, Bug being a short Saturn game. But I decided, you know what, I like a variety of games, so we're going to do another one. This one, as you can see, is sponsored by AMD and Ryzen, inspired by historical events and characters. So what could it be? What could it be? Well, I'll tell you exactly what it is. The game we're playing today, when this clears, is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the latest in the series. It's a game I've played a little bit of. I haven't got too far. I've done like 3 hours on one save and a couple on another. I started it today thinking, shall I actually play it all the way through? And then I thought, actually, you know what? I'm just going to delete all these while I talk. I'll do it for YouTube, since it's a game I've played the previous installments. I know roughly what I'm doing with it. Just going to turn down some of the sound settings quickly. 85. Put it on like 70. This game does have like a super compressed audio, so yeah. So yeah, I decided I know what I'm doing with Assassin's Creed. I've played Origins and Odyssey quite a bit. I enjoyed them a lot more than the earlier games. Before we get in, I'll just explain we are going to be initially testing it on the ultra high preset with everything turned right up. This is a very CPU intensive game. I'm running i7 7700K. Which is a very, very good CPU, but it may drop some frames here and there. It may stutter very occasionally, and if it does rather, we can turn settings down between the videos to try and get a stable 60. But I'm not too bothered by that. Let's just get going. New game. We're gonna play it on the default settings. We've got a combat difficulty. We're gonna do it on Vikinger, which is balanced for people who wish to immerse themselves in the game. And we're going to do it on Assassin. I intend this to be a 100% playthrough, but it may not be. I intend to do all the wealth, the mysteries and stuff like that, but it's a long game, might not pan out that way. Either way, if there's an intro cutscene, I'm going to shut up and let it play.
Silence, you children of gods, and heed my tale of time's beginning. All was dark. There was no sand. There was no sea. No earth, nor sky. No grass, nor wind.
And with fire came disparity.
Ice in the gasping void. And from this scream came the giant Ymir, first of all beings. Proud Ymir, cruelly killed, yet from whose bones and blood and brains the world was made. The world you walk and war upon.
Sorry about the little overlay with the foreign fire came disparity. It just reminded me very much of the intro Dark Souls cutscene. Now that was a little choppy, but I am going to see how it plays in actual gameplay first, before I decide on any settings. It looks like it's running fine now that we're in the actual game engine, and cutscenes are occasionally very choppy in this game anyway. I have got it set to a 60 FPS target and the cutscenes are locked at 30, so they can feel a bit disjointed. Like this feels absolutely smooth as anything. So we'll just see what happens when we progress. Either way, this is our character, Eivor. As you can see, the character models are extremely detailed, even in this little introductory. Well, I guess in the introduction you want the game to be as impressive as possible. But everything about this game is stunning. Like, there's a reason the newer consoles are targeting 1440p as a baseline and then go up to, I believe, 1800p rather than 4K. The game is staggeringly good looking.
Eivor, here's a tune for you. Want to rival your step?
Let's go and see what this tune is then. Okay, it's not really playing it for me.
Oh, there you are, my little dringer. Go. So, you see our king? Yes, good. Come, Eivor. Did you find the ring? Yes. Now for our little plan. When you see us talking, be quiet as a wood mouse, and then surprise him with our gift. You hold it out, like this. You look him in the eyes and you say, Styrbjörn King, may our clans be forever bonded in friendship and in love. You think you can do that for me?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Tonight, you will be the cord that unite our people. I'm so proud of you, Eivor.
The voice acting in these more recent Assassin's Creed games has been pretty damn good, I have to say.
Get up, Olaf. Stay lucid, friend.
Now, before we go any further, I've decided. So, anyone who's seen Days Gone knows my policy. We're not pussies on this channel. So we're going balls deep. Everything is going to the highest setting. I believe that's the hardest for that. And we'll turn that off just to make it even harder for ourselves. What? Oh, you have to wait until after the intro, I think. Alright, that's fine, but just know we will be playing this on the hardest setting. Let's dance for a minute. And we just clip through our character's head, apparently. So yes, this is the little intro area. There's no actual exploration here, really. We are just going to go through it.
Of joyless hill dogs. I imbibed Odin's brew, and I snipped the scraggly beards of troll kings.
No, you didn't. You're just trying to impress a woman that you just pushed.
Oh, no drink in your fist? Come on, I'll find you
I
something.
can't. I have a tribute for your father.
Oh, what a piece. That must be worth 2 sturdy longships. Give it here. I'll pass it on.
My father asked me, Sigurd.
I'm going to be turning
Suit
that
yourself.
dialogue boost off in a minute. It's got
You're
a
not
really
getting
weird
any
effect to
meat.
it. I should really have tested all these settings before we got started, but we are very quickly just going to turn off dialogue boost, and we're going to turn 85% for everything, I think. I'm just wary about drowning myself out with it, but that sounds good to me. Or looks good to me, rather. What's this guy got to say?
When you speak with the king, hold it up to the light. Show him the fine details. See there? I etched his name in runes on the outer band. You'll show him?
Mm-hmm.
You're
course
just
I will.
like your father, little berserker. Skull to you.
Skull!
You
Blimey,
see?
he's hard, isn't
She
he?
agrees.
Yeah, the voice acting in this game seems very much up to par with, like, Origins and Odyssey. It's one of the things that impressed me the most with Odyssey, to be honest. Cassandra was a really, really likeable character, and the voice actress knocked it out of the park.
So, you have the ring? Good. This was worn by your grandfather in a battle on the Northern Way.
Mother,
Yes,
can we show Sigurd the can stones we stacked yesterday?
that's a good idea. We'll do that in the morning. First light.
There is a weird vocal effect on young Eivor though that I don't really like at the minute. It just sounds like it's piercing a little bit compared to the rest of the audio.
Now go.
It might be that I have to reset stuff like dialogue from the main menu, in which case I will do. Get out of the way, Red Hat. You look like Santa.
Eivor, wait.
Skål! To Sturgill, the true king of Gurgafulga! Tonight, we're all made anew. Skål!
Eivor,
King, may our clans be forever bonded in friendship and love.
Thank you, Eivor.
God, the character models in this game
Now and
are
forever.
amazing.
I am pledged to you.
Hearken well in Hall of Kings. On ocean steed, my words gain wings.
Hoo, ha, hoo.
Odin's mead I forth will bring. For noble deeds thine honors sing. The brave men slain, Valkyria wakes. Rewards for strain to our little takes. And horns resound the mighty horn. For those who fight! For those who fight! Ready yourself, men!
Well, that doesn't look like a good start.
Not you, Eivor. Not just yet.
Why not? Let me fight, fool. This guy got another thing coming if you think I'm finna let my whole clan die.
It is foretold. The curtains are raised. Nothing is true until it is severed from the branches of Yggdrasil.
Eivor's hearing something. Guy should be in a straitjacket. This is what I meant about janky cutscenes, folks. For some reason, the cutscenes really feel, I don't know, stuff to me in this game. Like, no matter what I do, I can try capping the game 30 FPS, I can turn auto settings off. It just does this. I don't know why. It may even be that it's better optimised for AMD cards.
Right. Go!
The in-engine sections are a lot better, but the pre-rendered cutscenes are a little bit horrible. I think that's kind of cute that you can hardly lift the sword. But just watch what happens.
Show yourself!
Oh, first kill. First blood. I feel like this game really captures the brutality of like post-college Viking combat as well.
Speed to Valhalla. Sigurd! Take the horse!
All right, wait here.
Now it's my turn to offer you, dear slave. Accept your fate, die a coward here before your people, and I will spare the rest.
Fight, my love! Do not listen!
It reminds me of Father Owl from Sekiro, that guy just chopped through the
If I
cruel.
give my life, will you spare my clan?
have my word.
Of course he won't. He's got Cruel in his name, you daft cunt.
Aaron! No, Aaron! Pick up your axe!
That's done so cinematically, that is. I said not. What did I say? Ah, what a bastard. You're gonna get yours, sir. You're gonna get yours. Does anything go right in this fucking game? I am curious to see when we get to the areas where we can actually play the game and explore just how the frame rate holds up while it's recorded. Because in really intense areas with lots and lots of people, like cities, I have noticed it dips into like the high 50s, so I'm curious to see if it goes any lower while it's recording. It shouldn't be too bad either way. And that's the end of the game, folks. No, we don't need to carry on now. Shot with the Cruel one. He took over Viking world. Eivor drowns. Or is he in the Matrix?
What the hell is that? I'm seeing two different data streams overlapped in the same DNA. Not sure why. Fix this or pull
It
me
is
out.
2021, that is perfectly
Hold
acceptable.
on. Okay, we're good. Are we? I don't know what happened, but I can work around it. You'll have to pick a stream to keep things stable. There's a third option, too. I can let the Animus modulate your identity based on signal strength. It's up to you.
So, sorry for that, folks, I was just having a sip of tea. So, we can now choose between a male and a female Eivor. It's not like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where we had just the choice of character. This time it's the same character. Eivor Wolf-Kissed, named Wolf-Kissed after what just happened, obviously. You've got the male. I've not played as the male at all. I always chose the female, purely because Cassandra was a better character in Odyssey. And we're going to go down that route again, because I do like the voice actress. I think she plays the role very well.
Push ahead to a time where these streams are more synchronized.
As soon as we can actually play, I'll be turning the difficulties right up. I'm already feeling a bit disgusted with myself for going for the medium option. We're going balls deep. We're not pussies on this channel. This channel's about proving who's got the biggest dick, and it's obviously
How long
me.
have you been chasing me, Wolf-Kissed? 17 winters? 18? Do I now haunt your dreams? Do I warm your loins?
You're not allowed to say that sort of thing. It's 2021 after all.
You remember this? Ah, your father's axe. The weapon of a coward. A scorned snake.
Can't even argue with that. I should have thought.
Few things would please me more than to kill with this blade. But I know you would defy me to the death, fighting for a glorious end. That I will not allow. You will live your final days enthralled as a slave.
Get your hands off my head, cunt.
Humiliated. Your death will be a lonely one. Kill the rest of our crew.
I have
Make
to say,
them
for just a
suffer.
bunch of polygons, Eivor is
Eivor
rather nice
Wolf-Kissed
looking.
is no more. That name is dead to this world.
You will be worth your weight in silver. To the ship.
Just headbutt him. Just turn around and stick your nut on.
You move, and I take your eyes, you hear me?
He about to get this work.
Blowing from the south. We can tack north, then cut west. Now, what did I just tell you?
Bang! Have some of that, you cunt. This game's so stylish.
We will never leave this.
Bang. Have some of that, you cunt.
No feast for you, Sunan. My crew is in danger. You must be my eyes.
Okay, now we have control of Eivor. We're in Halebwur. And I'm just going to turn up the settings again. Because, you know, we're not pussies. We're going to apply that. Yes. Reload to the previous checkpoint, like, one step behind where I am. I always liked this in Assassin's Creed, how you could, like, learn the controls and stuff while it was loading. So, I'll explain very briefly what this game
My crew is in danger.
is.
I need
Also,
to reach them.
left click to break the barrels. But so this game's the latest in, as I'm sure a lot of people know, a very, very long running series of games called Assassin's Creed from Ubisoft. The game started in the, well, around 2007. I was going to say the early to mid 2000s. It wasn't, it was the mid to late. With the first Assassin's Creed game. Which was pretty groundbreaking in terms of graphics. It introduced like social stealth mechanics, and for a long time the series just sort of built on that. It made the playable areas bigger every time. You were given like whole medieval cities to explore, such as Rome, Venice, and then the game series eventually starts to get a bit stagnant with stuff like Unity, Rogue, Syndicate. So they decided, you know what, we're going to double down and try and make a game similar to The Witcher 3, in that every side quest has its own story, every character has their own like AI routine and their own motivations, and that was what happened first with Assassin's Creed Origins, and then eventually Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which dealt with ancient Egypt and ancient Greece respectively. This is the third in that RPG style, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It came out in 2020 to, I believe, high acclaim. I could be wrong, but it was high acclaim. And yeah, it sort of carries on what the previous games were doing, but changes the way in which like side quests were handled. A lot of people felt Odyssey was a bit too cluttered. By the way, I'm just clearing out this little camp area, trying to get some early silver and stuff. I personally felt that Odyssey was the best game in the series, but and I know some people felt the same way, but then others just felt it was a little bit too big for its own good, I guess. Too many Radiant quests, too many locations to go and visit. As I say, we are just going to explore the area, see if we can get a feel for how the frame rate's going to be as well, which so far I feel like it's probably as close to a lock 60 as we're going to get. Maybe even outright lock 60. It doesn't feel like it's dropping frames. So, as I say, this game came out in 2020. It was the first Assassin's Creed game to use the newer console generation, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Although it's, unlike a lot of games that are targeting checkerboarded 4K on those consoles, Valhalla never ever gets to 4K on either. I don't even know how it runs on the Series S, which was like the weaker version of the Series X. But I know on the X itself it maxed out at 1800p, I believe, which isn't too far off. It introduced a fair few new graphical features. Well, not introduced, but enhanced more graphical features. So, like, it has a lot of extra snow tessellation that I'll actually show off in a moment, because I think it's one of the best features of the game. So as you, or graphical features, so look, as you move through like the snow, it becomes displaced and stays trodden down and stuff. Something that hasn't really been done to this extent, I don't think, in games before. But of course Assassin's Creed's always been at the forefront graphically. That's one thing. I mean, I really don't like Ubisoft as a game developer or a studio or whatever, but one thing they do always do is really try and push the technology side of their games. And I feel like this does it possibly to the highest extent yet, although I haven't actually played Watch Dogs Legion, which came out the same sort of window as this. Also, I only found out today that you hold space to sprint. So yeah, we're just going to have a quick look, see if there's anything on the map to go and explore maybe. There's not, but we are going to go and do the synchronization point. This is a feature of all Assassin's Creed games. You go to like a really high point, you press the synchronize button, and it opens up the map around you. You can see what's there. And it gives these really nice panning cinematic shots that show the world around you. They're always good for like photo modes and stuff like that for people who are into that, and just generally taking screenshots and taking in what the world itself's like. I am going to have to get out of the habit of holding down the climb button. Also, might as well kill that just for a little bit of extra upgrade materials, because we're going to need those, especially on whatever the hardest difficulty setting is. So we're in the Reykjavik territory. Also, there's some more things to break here. We are going to be killing a lot of the animals we see around, just because they do give you like leather and stuff like that that is used for upgrading your equipment, your weapons, your armour. So as I'm sure you can imagine, it's pretty essential. This game doesn't have the whole loot grind feel that Assassin's Creed Odyssey had, which I know a lot of people were very happy was changed for this. Odyssey, you would spend a lot of time... There's the animal I killed, I was looking for it. Odyssey, you spend a lot of time just farming loot. It won't let me pick that up for some reason. Maybe if I hit focus. Okay. But yeah, Odyssey, you spend a lot of time farming for like different weapons, different pieces of armour, I think, to match your character level and stuff. Whereas in Valhalla, that's changed a little bit in that you focus, I think, on upgrading the gear you have. I mean, there is still a lot of loot you can get. Also, these rock textures are light years ahead of Odyssey's. Odyssey, basically, when you were in the near field, everything looked high res, but then at a distance, like even from here to that rock there, things look really out of focus. But yeah, this has cleaned up the inventory management and the constant loot grind of Odyssey, which I'm not sure how I feel about yet. I haven't played the game enough. Anyway, we can see the world around us from up here. There is our eagle, or whatever it is, crow, that follows us round and allows us to, for instance,
have a look, Sunan.
Pick out points to explore. There's a wealth piece over there. There's another one there, I believe. In fact, I know there's one there because I did it earlier. So we're going to synchronise, and this is what I mean when I say the panning shots. Just shows off the absolute visual beauty of this game, and of all previous Assassin's Creeds, of course. Now, I'm going to give a little background to my... Oh, actually, this is something you can usually do. From a sync point, you can usually jump down. Is there anything worth grabbing down here? I don't think so. I believe in Odyssey you freeze if you stay in the cold too long, but I could be wrong. Do points of interest show up on the map on the harder setting? I don't think they do. So getting every gold piece and stuff is going to require thorough exploration, which is fine by me because I actually really like exploring this game. I think, well, not this game as such, but Odyssey and Origins I really enjoyed exploring, so I think I'll enjoy exploring this. The game's absolutely stunning. It's great to go and just have a look around, and it gives me an excuse to go out and kill animals and stuff for the loot we'll need. Now, like I said, I was going to give a brief background to my Assassin's Creed history. So, I played the first one when I was younger. I didn't really like it a whole lot, I have to say. I thought it was a bit overrated. But I was a bit late to the 360 party, so I didn't have it on launch. I've also played, I want to say 2 and 3. 3 I definitely didn't get very far in though, and I don't think I did 2 either. Brotherhood I have watched somebody play the majority of, and I played quite a bit of myself. I might even end up doing that for YouTube at some point, because I do actually like that game. Revelations I've never played, I don't think, or if I have, I've only played a bit of. Black Flag I have played, I think. I'm not sure though, I might have just watched it be played online. Also, we just killed a penguin. Oh, yeah,
Show me what lies ahead.
So the markers do show up, but you just have to get closer to them. I'm trying to remember what other ones came out. So I never played Rogue, which was like a side game that came out alongside Unity. I never played Unity, although I know it was a disaster on launch. I do actually want to give it a go though.
I must be careful now.
It's a little more playable, I think. It's been fixed a lot more. Syndicate I never played. Origins was the first one that really got me into the series. So, this is like our first enemy encampment. Enemies on this have a weak spot you can shoot to get a critical hit on. You don't have your stealth ability to begin with in this game, but I believe you get it pretty early on. So we're just going to focus on taking these 2 guards out pretty quickly. There's another one further on. I know that because I saw him. He's there. See if we aim a bit higher. There we go. I expect arrows to take a lot more to kill enemies than they did on the easier settings. And it certainly feels that way. When I was doing like a brief test earlier, or rather when I started the game not knowing I was going to be recording it earlier, I was playing it on like the medium setting just to get the feel for the game, and it definitely feels a lot easier. A lot harder, I mean, now. So we'll read this. A note to the outlaw: do not steal from Kjotve, and the wolves will leave us be. The life and land of Raven Clan is ours for the taking. So we're going to go up here. This is our first wealth piece. Wealth is one of the... I guess I should explain the question marks from Odyssey first. Origins and Odyssey, rather. Sorry, I'm really rushing my words a bit at the minute, trying to get it all out, whilst we've got some moments of quiet. So Odyssey and Origins had question marks all over the map, similar to The Witcher 3, that denoted points of interest. In this game, they have been replaced with mysteries, wealth, and something else. I can't remember what, but it's like 3 meters that have like little indents to tell you how many you've done. Wealth is one of those 3 things. And it's usually, I think, like a carbon ingot or a piece of gear. How do we get up there? I think it's over here. Yeah, you climb your way around from what I remember. I did I'm going to say I had a bit of a hard time finding my way around here earlier. I feel alright muppet for saying that. But I'm not a big Assassin's Creed player. Yeah, so you climb up here. So yeah, wealth. Aid insights, highlights and reveals nearby wealth opportunity, including gear, books of knowledge and ingots. We're not going to be using Odin's sight too much, but that's where it is. It's like your Witcher sensors type thing, I guess. I think Assassin's Creed was actually doing it first though. I can't remember. As you saw there, you can shoot things down in this game. Ladders and stuff. That's the only example I've seen of it thus. In fact, no, it's not. I tell a lie, you can shoot locks and stuff from what I remember. So here we are, here's our first piece of wealth. Before we get it though, we're going to smash these. And we're going to loot this poor unfortunate soul who probably froze to death up here. Just get some silver off him. I don't know how much silver you need for items in this. What we're going to get. We get a carbon ingot. We're going to jump down into the water. Like I said, I do believe you freeze if you're down there for too long. So, as you can see, yes, you definitely take damage. I like the animations as well, how Eivor tries to dry herself off and stuff. And I like how the outfits are absolutely saturated as well. I am actually really impressed by how performance is holding up. Like, even whilst recording, we're getting what feels a locked 60. Or if not a lock, as I said earlier, as close to a lock as possible also. You're gonna die. Give me a second, folks, I need to clear my throat. So we got some leather and a hunter arrow for doing that. As I say, leather's going to be useful for upgrading gear. There's more wolves there that will kill. Wolves or snow leopards or whatever they are. Also, is that a penguin? No. Gotcha, you bastard. We'll go and get this one first, because it's not in the direction we need to go. Not that it matters. Oh, we got Arctic fox fur as well, that's what it was, an Arctic fox. Oh yeah, in this game as well you have a rations pouch similar to Horizon Zero Dawn. So you press H on the keyboard and your health will restore. It looks like up ahead there's another wealth. I'm wondering if doing that opens up where the various articles of wealth are. Also, I think we missed one there. Let's go back and see.
Be my eyes, Sunan.
Yes, I believe we might have actually. I think there might be one underwater. I'm not sure though, I'm not going to go out my way to find out because they're not showing up on the map or anything like that. Like the mini-map rather. Like we know there was one up there. And I guess when we're done with this whole area of the game, if there's none left, then we can come back and get it. Oh yes, this ice breaks. And given there's a submerged ship, I would imagine that maybe there is actually some treasure down there.
Turn to ice if I stay.
Okay, yes, there's some there. No. Loot that chest quickly, Eivor, please. And you get some leather and some iron ore. Now the question is, was that what we needed? I'm wondering if those smaller dots indicate like just general like upgrade materials rather than actual treasure. And the more thicker gold dots indicate the actual wealth items. We'll find out soon. I feel like that's what it is though. Also, we are actually taking damage here. How do you get in there? Oh, in there, that's how. Yeah, we're taking damage down here and our freeze meter's going. So, we're just going to loot this very quickly. And then get out of here. So yes, I believe the little gold dots are like just general crafting materials, but like a large supply of them by the looks of it. Which is useful because at least it does tell you where these things are. Let's get out the cold water so we don't freeze.
My blood freezes.
That might be enough actually. I think it did just show us a notification to say we can do this. That might be enough to upgrade our gear. We'll find out when we get off this horrible patch of freezing cold. Oh, I just realised while I was walking so slow I pressed the walk button by mistake. Part of me wishes it wasn't a toggle. I think you can turn it off being a toggle, but then, as I was about to say, part of me is glad it is. Also, that's regenerated very fastly. Part of me is glad it's on a toggle, so that, well, you can do it quickly. You can press walk to just examine your surroundings and stuff, which is, or was on Odyssey, certainly very nice for exploring, like, the cities in particular. Yeah, this, I was about to say, in this game there's this weird thing where, like, when you aim at an animal, as long as you release it when that animal is in your view, for some reason it just automatically locks onto them and your arrow will fly towards it. I don't know why that is, I'm not complaining, it certainly makes it a bit easier. So yes, we have enough materials to upgrade our quiver, which we're going to do now because we do run out of arrows quickly in this game. Also, what codex items do we have? Norway is home to a people as beautiful and harsh as the unforgiving land that birthed them. Its frozen fields, majestic mountains and fathomless fjords are the setting for deeds desperate and heroic made famous through sagas and song. Not a bad start for a novel, is it? Saving this one for later. We have two factions. We have bandits. Bandit groups thrived in the 9th century and were found all across the Seven Kingdoms. They were mostly made up of the impoverished, the disenfranchised and the plain scoundrels who sought to make a living off violence and intimidation. I'm fairly sure like we stereotype all Vikings as that. Vikings. In Old Norse, a Vikinga was a Norseman or woman who went raiding for gain and glory, both for themselves and their clan. To go a Viking was one of the most exhilarating feats of bravery anyone could imagine. Over time, the word Viking became a general term to describe the hordes of Norsemen who raided and settled various parts of Europe between the 8th and 11th century. I do apologise for keep, freezing, by the way. There's something at the back of my throat. I've got a bit of hay fever at the minute. Somewhat less barbaric than their initial depictions, Vikings were in fact part of a larger and more complex social structure, as likely to trade with another culture instead of killing them. And then we have one of 23 enemies unlocked, Militia. Militia fight dirty, they throw mud and dirt to blind opponents and hammer away with makeshift clubs and crude sea axes. They gang up against their strongest opponent first and are perfectly happy to take cheap shots when their enemies are incapacitated. Hints and weaknesses. Stay aggressive, mash your way out when grabbed, stay on your toes if the sand hits you. Okay, so seeing one of 11 regions I should explain. I know this game takes place initially in Norway for like a brief tutorial and then progresses to the majority of England for the map. And I believe there's a couple of other locations, but I don't know where. I've heard rumours that America might be in this game. I have actually heard stories of Vikings having made it as far as America, so that sounds likely. But yes, these games, the last few especially, have been really clever in that, in like Assassin's Creed Origins, it offered the entirety of Egypt, like a scale replica as a map, with all of its like attractions. And the same can be said for Odyssey, which offered the entirety of Greece, believe it or not, as a map to go and explore, which made it for a very, very, very large game, as I'm sure you can imagine. One that I might even tackle on this channel at some point. But yeah, these games are very, very expansive. God, that foliage is beautiful.
I need to be careful.
Where?
This place is heavily guarded.
There's a hut over there. Well, you're gonna die, sir.
I'll finish you.
You won't. I'm trying to show off that thing with weak spots I was telling you about earlier. Oh, missed. Yeah, when the bar flashes red, by the way, when they attack you folks, make sure you dodge, because fuck me, that can hurt. Oh, that's how you do it. You get the glowing orange spot, and it opens them up for a critical attack that does a lot of damage. So we're going to loot here. We're going to see what he had on him. He had a broken shield. I'm sure I saw a house. Yes, I did. We're going to go and loot this house. If it feels like I'm taking a long time with this game, folks, it's because I am. This is a blind playthrough, and it's a game that I am actually curious to see where it goes for myself. So please bear with. Kjotve's commands: Ricky Wolf, prepare the child of Verm for the slavers. I believe that's Eivor. You may use the others for your blood sacrifice. And we just got some more upgrade materials, which is always nice. So we're going to make our way towards that main quest now. There's a wealth piece there as well that we'll take in Avalsness, I believe it's called. I will attempt pronunciations where possible, folks, but I can't promise that they will come off very well. Also, the red bar beneath the radar indicates that it's an enemy camp and that you'll be attacked on sight. I'm doing my best to try and make this as informative as possible. But there are going to be things I don't know or I don't realise till later on. As I say, I've put a few hours into this game across a couple of different saves, but I've never got very far. I've certainly never left Norway. In fact, I've only ever done this first mission, got to the first little settlement and did a few side things. Also, we've got a little scrap going off up here.
There is fighting nearby.
I don't like forced walking sections like this. I said it in, was it Let's Play Days Gone?
Dag, you old hound. You live.
I do. Slipped away in a sword clash. And what of you?
Kjotve tried to sell me off. A mistake he'll regret.
Not today, he won't. I saw him board a ship at Avaldsnes not long ago. Sailed east, leaving our crew behind.
His foot's
There must
clipping
still be
through the
time
floor.
to save our men. I will find them. You ready the
The
longship?
corpse in the background,
You
I mean.
glory hound. You would take the rescue for yourself, so the victory song is written about you.
I could storm the beach then, slay 24 men, seize our dragon boat, and hoist the sail in triumph. Up to you.
No, I will take the beach. A far more dangerous path. You search the longhouse for our crew.
Ah,
Oh, and
crew.
here. This corpse will not have need of it.
Go. I'll meet you by the ship.
I really do like female Eivor's voice actress in this game. Rigjafilk arc started Battle for the Northern Way. So I think the story arcs in this game are like your like in Days Gone, you have the drop down menus for your quests. I believe that's what they do in this game. Again, I do apologise, I keep freezing halfway through talking. I get like mini belches coming up that I'm trying to not do on into the microphone because, well, it'd be horrible. So we're on the honor-bound mission at the minute, where we have to rescue our crew, or our crew. Whilst that fella there, I've already forgot his name. Was it Dag? Goes off to.
Kjotve's warriors crawl through Avaldsnes like lice. If I
Did it turn off the? Yes, it did. Also, no, not credits. out of enemy line of sight in the bushes. The doors are locked, so you're going through the window. And this is what I was saying about you can break locks. I will get a carbon ingot for that. Oh no, the enemies are here. I need to change the control for dodge like now. Also, if you hold shift while you attack, she'll do a heavy shield break attack. But we didn't need it much there. Oh! Archers are going to be bad in this game, folks. So we're going to deal with him straight away.
In step with me. Together, all right?
Trying to get one of those crit attacks off. There we go. They are fucking brutal, by the way. If the sound on some of the animations is a little bit muffled, it's just an issue this game has, by the way. There's nothing I can do about it. The sound's very, very compressed. I don't understand why. But it's something Ubisoft are yet to patch out. I'm going to loot these houses before we go and do the actual mission, which is to save our crew. They're in the longhouse, the big building up there. But they can wait an extra moment, I think. The more upgrade materials we can get, the better, I feel, at this point. Oh, hello. I don't want to die. You're going to die, though. Another dead cunt. Oh, I'm actually dreading something that's coming up on it soon. Doing this game on this setting might have been a mistake, folks. But we're not pussies on this channel, as I keep saying. Yes, there should, Eivor. Well done. But we're not going in there yet, we're still looting. Whilst there's silver to be stolen. Now, I'm going to spoil this now, folks. There are skill, like a skill grid system in this game. I'm going to say skill trees. It reminds me a little of Final Fantasy X sphere grid system, actually, in that you can go off in whatever direction you want. And I will be probably going very archery heavy in this game. For the simple fact we're playing it on a very, very hard setting. If Odyssey and Origins were anything to go by, the hardest setting is going to be extremely taxing. But we'll get through it one way or another. Some areas may take multiple attempts, but we've got all the time in the world. So, to do the Honor Bound quest, you go up here. Up this absolutely gorgeously designed longhouse with the God Rays sifting through. Climb down here.
You squirm like that, and my axe will miss your neck. Unpleasant for both of us.
If I'm to die, I want to make a mess of it, Buckraut.
Can we get a shot off on this cunt from up here? No. No, we can't. That's a shame. I guess it would break the fight if you could, though. Oh, he's right below me, that's why. I don't know why. I always thought this was the guy who killed my father, but it's not.
I owe you nothing, raven shit. Yours is a clan of thralls and peasants.
You! Lay that axe aside or die by mine.
You should be on a slave ship to Ireland, Wolf-Kissed. But if you wish to be my first sacrifice, Odin will be more than happy to receive you.
You just killed yourself, Erky.
Let's do this, bad boy. Right, this is a fight I am really expecting to be hard on this setting.
Kneel, wolf-kissed, and I will spare your life.
Shut your hole and fight!
One of the best ways I've found of doing this so far is just to use your arrows and go for his weak points on his arms. Oh dear. There is an arrow refill over there and one there. There we go. And you can get a crit in on him. Although it doesn't really do a whole lot. Let's get a refill. Try and get a few headshots off. Always good for the crit. Oh god, we missed. I wish there was like a slow down arrows attack. God, he moved fast there. Oh yeah, so one thing this fight teaches you is the parry mechanic. Similar to pretty much any action game for the last few years. You can parry attacks. But I'd rather just cheese it with the bow and arrow. Well, it's not even really cheesing, because this is how I intend to play the game. I intend to go archery heavy. Oh god, that would have been death there. No. I don't want to parry. I wish it wouldn't keep slowing down and telling me to parry, because I have no interest in doing so. That's how I want to do it. And we get our father's axe back for this, which is always positive.
Father, you should have held on to this until the bitter end.
I totally agree, Eivor, and I do actually agree with what the guy at the start of the game saying, that he's a coward.
Will you spare my clan?
Verin, no! Pick up your axe!
Kill them all!
No.
He should have known that there was no way the clan were going to be saved regardless. God, this game is beautiful. I was strongly considering doing Assassin's Creed Odyssey for YouTube before doing this, and I may still do, but I really want to play this game. As I said before, it's one I've given some time. I initially couldn't get into it, I found it a step back, but it is growing on me a bit. I think it was the sound compression that really annoyed me.
Eivor, are you bewitched? Unbind us.
What? Oh, yes, of course.
I think we'll unbind our crew, and then we'll equip that new gear we just got. As you can see, we've got the Raven Clan stuff, and we got a new axe, which we'll go through in a moment. And then after that, before we go outside, I'll save, and I'll call it a video, and we'll pick it up next time. I feel like this has been a good introduction to the series. I feel like it started off well, so we'll let you go first, fellow with beard. We'll open this cage for all these.
Even if your wits were somewhat rattled.
Was there
Listen
anything in
here.
there?
If you can breathe, you can fight. Now come. We take back our ship.
You do not need to tell us twice.
I hope they don't open the door, like, before I go over there. So, we're going to equip this Raven Clan gear. I believe, yeah, I was about to say, we should be able to upgrade it because of all the materials we've been gathering. We're going to swap the axe over for Varin's axe. We've also got some new codex stuff to go through. As you can see, the Raven Clan set increases your armor the lower your health is. 3, 4. Oh, we don't have the helmet for it yet. So yeah, if we had 5 items, it would also give an additional increase to the critical hit chance. It's decent armor, it's not great. It's got 1 upgrade here, I believe. Can we upgrade the axe yet? No. See, it's the axe I really want to upgrade, but first we're going to upgrade the chest piece. It gives us a +2 to everything except evasion, which gets +1. And now, as I said folks, I am going to call it a video here. It looks like it doesn't open the door until we go over and help, which is good because I want to save what's on the other side of it for next time, where we'll be retrieving our longship and getting ready to sail the seas. As you can see, Eivor's looking very, very angry there. God, this game was beautiful. So yeah, until then folks, thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed, drop a like, comment or subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video folks. Goodbye.